All right, guys. So what we're going to do is take a look at the graph y equals 2x plus 3. Okay? So you have the piece of paper there that I got you to get. Go ahead and just draw. This should take up, if this is your paper, look, here's your piece of paper, okay? This graph should only take up about this much of your paper. So don't make it the whole page. Just about a quarter of the page or even a sixth of the page. Put arrowheads on everything. The vertical axis is the y-axis, the horizontal axis is the x-axis, and the coordinates of the origin are 0, 0. Okay? Now our given equation was y equals 2x plus 3, right? You told me that this was in the form y equals mx plus b. That's true. So m is 2 and b is 3. But we talked further about this and we said that m was the slope, which meant that there was a rise of 2 over a run of 1. And further, and finally, you told me that B was the Y-intercept, which you said was 3, but you told me that the coordinates for that were 0, 3. Okay? This is all the information we have so far. So we're going to put several little lines. You're going to use your protractor to space those lines out evenly, kind of like this. I got this on in case my dad calls. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of a class right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, have a good day. Well, that wasn't my dad, but that was somebody that we need to talk to from Study Island. Oh, well, we're busy. We'll then call later. Okay, so I got a protractor here. So I'm going to take this protractor and line it up with the y-axis. Okay, make sure you're doing this. Now your protractor should have all kinds of little lines on it. Go up about, are you still catching up there? Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Put that circle I think this is important. Let me demonstrate this, okay? Perfectly vertical line. I flip this thing around. Perfectly horizontal line. Okay, so there's the graph. Arrowheads, Y and X. Now, what I meant was, take your protractor and turn it vertically. Now look. Do you see how there are a bunch of little tiny lines? Do you see how the 3 has a longer line and there's even a hole there? What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to line up that line by the 3 to the, below the 3. I'm trying to line this line up right over my blue line. See here? That's not good because it's off. Here it's off. But if I get it just right, you see how it's just on there? Okay? Now what I want you to do is, I want you to put a little tick mark on these lines. Wait, I think I actually messed that up a little bit. So right there, then right here, then right here, right here, here, like that, okay? So this would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flip this protractor around. Same thing. So now the 3, that line to the left of the 3, I want it perfectly on the vertical axis. Just like that. Again, you got to use the same scale. So you're going to here, 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 like that. You do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So our equation was y equals 2x plus 3. The y-intercept is at 0, 3. So first we go to 0 on the x-axis. No, it's right here because this is 0, 0 at the origin. And now I go up 3 on the y-axis. Up 1, up 2, up 3. Okay? I'm going to put a dot right there. This is my y-intercept. Y-int. Importantly, its coordinates are 0, 3. Now you told me that the slope, m, was 2. And that was a rise of 2 and a run of 1. That means you put your pen on that 3, that dot right there, and you rise up 2, 1, 2, and you run to the right 1. And if you're not sure where to put it, you can even use your protractor. Go over to the 1. Okay? Sometimes I do this. I take a soft pencil and I draw a line there just so I know. And even I'll go up here, draw another line like this. That kind of triangulates exactly where that dot needs to be. Boom. Just like that. This point right here, what are the coordinates to that point right there? You read it x comma y.
1, 5.
X comma y is 1, 5. Okay? Now what do we do?
Line it up.
Line it up and draw a line. So we're going to line it up and draw a line. You got to be careful how you line this up, guys. Even a small change, like if you did it this way, that's wrong. This is wrong. It's got to be really precise. You want it passing through the points as best you can. Okay? And again, perfection will come with practice, and it's an unachievable ideal anyway. Make sure you put your arrowheads on everything. Now, today, we're going to focus all of our remaining attention today on figuring out what this is. This. Yes. So we've learned how to find out where the graph crosses the y-axis. We want to find out where the graph crosses the x-axis. This is the X-Intercept. Abbreviate X-Int. All right. Every y-intercept we've ever looked at has an x value of 0. Every y-intercept we've ever looked at has an x value of 0. Every x-intercept we look at has a y value of 0. Okay? Because you can look here. The y value is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're on the x-axis, and that's where the x-intercept lives, on the x-axis. So the y value is always 0. So for y-intercepts, the x value is always 0. For x-intercepts, the y value is always 0. It's just the other side of a coin. Okay, if you think about a coin, heads and tails. If heads is the y-intercept, the x value is 0. Tails is the x-intercept, the y value is 0. Now I want to show you how to find the x-intercept. Good. Let me catch up here. It was 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we went up 2 over 1, up 1, up 2 over 1, about like that. So this is a do as I say, not as I do, since I'm being kind of careless up here. But this will work. Okay, so this is where we were. Now the question is, how do I identify the coordinates right here? Okay, so we know that the y coordinate is 0. But how do we identify the x coordinate? Because if we can identify the x coordinate, we'll have the x-intercept. On your paper, on your piece of blank paper, I want you to write this. Y equals 2x plus 3. Below it, I want you to write f of x equals 2x plus 3. That's how you say that. F of x. Okay? Now write f of 0 equals 2, open parentheses, 0, close parentheses, plus 3. What you're doing is you're asking this equation, what is y when x is 0? What is y when x is 0? That's the question you're asking. Well, let's see. So this is called evaluating. We're evaluating the expression 2x plus 3 at 0. So, what's 2 times 0, Leilani? So 0 plus 3. Shannon, what's 0 plus 3? 3. So f of 0 is 3. In coordinate notation, here's how you write that. This is the x, okay? The 0 is the x. This is the y. The 3, the output, the thing you evaluated it to be is the y. So your coordinates at f is 0, the coordinates are 0, 3. Let's go there on our graph and see if that's any kind of special point. 0, go to x, y, so 0, 3. It's the X-Intercept, isn't it? The definition of the X-Intercept is what is y when x is 0? That's the definition. If you can figure that out, by plugging in 0 for every x, you'll find the y-intercept. Even in equations when it's not written in this easy to plot form. How about f of, well, how about this? Y equals 2x plus 3. So f of x equals 2x plus 3. Now do f of 1. In other words, when x is 1, what is y? So that's 2 times 1 plus 3. Jose, what is 2 times 1? 2. And Kylie, what is 2 plus 3? 5. So here it is. F of 1 equals 5. Remember, this number in the parentheses, that's the x. This number over here on the right, that's the y. 1, 5. Let's go see if that's any kind of point on our graph. Go to 1. Go up to the line. Look to the left. What is the y value? This is 3, 4, 5. So what are the coordinates at this point? 1, 5. So you see, this is a way of generating points on the line. You could put in anything. We're going to actually do a crazy one right now in our heads. Ready? What is f of 1,000? In other words, if I have the x value equal to 1,000, what is the y value? You can do it in your head. Stick a 1,000 in there. 2003. Who said that? Great. So look, guys, here's what he did. F of 1,000 equals 2 times 1,000, which is just 2,000, plus 3. How about F of 10,000?
20,000.
20,003, right? How about F of 50? F of 50? 103. Do you see how it's working? You're just plugging in this number I'm giving you. It's spitting out 2 times that number plus 3. You understand? Okay. Good. If you understand that, you are going to understand what I'm about to do. Okay? Just going to erase a little bit here. Just to make a little espacio. So, you guys find some space on your paper to write this. Y equals 2x plus 3. So we're back to this. Now, remember, the definition of the Y-intercept is the Y-intercept. The Y-intercept. The definition of the Y-intercept is what is y when x is 0? The question we have to ask for the X-intercept is, what is x when y is 0? Can you please write that down? This is the definition of the X-intercept. Okay, sort of. It'll work as a definition. What is x when y is 0? Okay, again, this is x comma y. What is x when y is 0? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to erase my y. And in place, I'm going to put a 0. Okay, let me just do it in the darker color. I replaced the y with a 0. Why did I do that? Because y is 0. What is x when y is 0? What is x when y is 0? Let's put 0 equals 2x plus 3. Now, here's what your task is. Ready? Task. Replace y with 0. Then solve for x. That's the task. Can you do it? Do it. I want x by itself. Don't forget your algebra. Your first step is to draw a line, just like that. Okay? You can do this. Now we want x by itself. First we have to subtract 3 from both sides and then divide everything by 2. Okay? So we're just going to go do minus 3, minus 3. Cancel. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. And that equals 2x. Now I'm going to divide everything by the x coefficient, which is 2. The 2's cancel on the right, and I have x by itself Okay, by the property of reflectivity, reading this left to right is the same as reading it right to left. Negative 3 over 2. What is negative 3 over 2 as a fraction? I mean, as a decimal. Yeah, 2 over 3 would be the 0.6. Yeah, this is negative 3 over 2, so it's negative 1.5. So over here, our orange, it's negative 1.5. Guess what? We can ask this question with any y value. Okay? I mean, we can ask this question with any equation. For example, flip in your packets past Builder 1 to the back of Builder 1. It should say, find the X-Intercept. Okay? Step 1. Okay, here's how you find the X-Intercept. Step 1. Yes. Wherever. Solve for y in y equals mx plus b form. So it's, in order to get to the X-intercept, first you have to get to this form. Okay? So you just do what we've been doing. Solve for y. Number 2. Erase the y. And put a 0. And replace it with the 0. Number 3. Solve for x. That's it, and then you write your answer like this. So your x, it's going to be x comma y. So you need to write your answer as coordinates. X int comma 0. Okay? I don't care if you leave it as a decimal, a fraction, or if you find it as a decimal. Just do it. Okay? You can do this. This is homework. It's 4 problems. It will not take up too much of your time. And I have taken the time to solve 2 problems up in as examples. Okay, if you get stuck. Also, this is currently being recorded, this lecture. So, barring any difficulties in the recording, if it recorded well, I'll post it to YouTube so you can re-watch this and see what we did. If anybody would like to earn extra 100, okay, extra credit, some of you need this bigly. If you want extra credit, I want a beautiful graph with each one of those 4 problems. Yeah, a beautiful graph. A graph. And I want the Y-intercept plotted. And I want the X-intercept plotted. And I want both of them identified. Okay? Very good job today. I am proud of you today. And thank you to our home-based learners and to those folks who are just watching this video from somewhere else. Appreciate you guys.